Hey everyone, I'm Marc from DMARCTrust.com. Today, I want to show you the tool I wish I had when I started in the email industry 10 years ago. Back then, checking your email on your domain authentication was a pain. You had to dig through DNS record manually, interpret cryptic text entries, and honestly, just hope for the best. Those days are over. Let me walk you through it and first head over to DMARCTrust.com and click on check your domain. Here, you will be able to type in any domain. It can be your domain, a competitor. No sign up or credit card is required. Within seconds, you will get a full picture of your domain email else. Let's try it with Shopify.com, shall we? Okay, so here you get the results for Shopify.com. If you're in e-commerce, you know Shopify, millions of email a day, transactional marketing support. So how well are they protecting their domain? Well, let's find out. Right here, you get the domain health score, and this domain rates 96%. Well, that's a very strong email authentication. That's very impressive. At a glance, you can see the different pillars. SPF is set up, DMARC is set up with a perfect score, BME is set up with a perfect score as well. And you get a top recommendation. So my advice will be to look for this recommendation and act on it. Here, it will be to upgrade to a hard fail SPF policy. So that single change will gain them 4 points, but we will come back to that. On the top of the page, you can see this quick badge at the green check marks here for DMARC, SPF, and BME, meaning those records exist and are valid, and you should have those at least DMARC and SPF green for your domain as well. So let's dive into DMARC results first. Here you get a perfect DMARC record. Policy set to reject, very good. So they will get those XML reports from Gmail, Yahoo, and they will be able to understand how their policy is working on the field. They got forensics email report as well enabled, so that's very good. DKIM alignment and SPF alignment are set to relax at the default setting. So that's okay. If they are sending email with their subdomains, that's kind of expected. If you were to use another email, remember that you need to enable external domain validation, which means that you might need to change a few DNS records. Let's jump to SPF. So that's the SPF record check results. 26 points out of 30, a very good one. So SPF record is published, syntax is valid, still in soft fail, but let's have a look into it. So the SPF record is a very important one. This is where people often either include too many tools, which means that the DNS lookup count is going to hit 10 very quickly, or they forget tools. But here with Shopify, we get a very nice example. They are including Google because they are probably using a Google Workspace for their internal email and productivity environment. They are using Zendesk for their support tool, I guess, and they are using SendGrid for high volume transactional email. So password reset, order confirmation, everything related to their operation. So very interesting feature of this domain checker is that we will query those include domain for you. So you will be able to see the complete list of IP address that your provider are using, either you or your provider. And sometimes it's going to be individual IP address, or here with Google, obviously they have hundreds of thousands of email servers, so they are using IP ranges and not individual IP. Same for Zendesk and SendGrid. And one interesting thing is that you only get 3 includes, but there is 4 lookups. So the thing is that sometimes you will include your provider SPF record, but your provider is going to include other records. So it means that you could hit your 10 lookup count. It's not 100% under your control. As soon as you use include, one of the provider can at any time add another include on his own records. So this is what we see here with SendGrid. The ab.sendgrid.net record adds a few other IP ranges. Well, if you need to get into the details, we provide all the data that we can get, so you can process it very easily. So this is how the domain checker is working. Obviously, if you need to refresh because you're working on your domain, you can hit here. The free user have to wait for 10 minutes between 2 refresh. And if you want to check other domains, I would suggest that you go on our domain checker and you scroll down to the state of DMARC's top 100, and you will be able to see what the top brands are using in terms of strategy for DMARC, their policy, SPF, BIMI. And if we take another example, Adobe is a very good one. They are using DMARC, BIMI, SPF, perfect score for each one of those. So it's very interesting. Reporting address, which is not hosted on adobe.com. So our tool is going to check for external domain verification, which means that we are looking if the agari.com domain is providing a very specific DNS record. So, well, very good report. So that's it, guys. Well, my advice is to spend a little bit of time setting up your DMARC SPF BIMI records. DKIM is a very important one as well, but you will have several DKIM records depending on the different email providers that you're using to send email to your customer. So I will leave that very specific part to them. And if you need, we do have a bunch of other free tools. So you can check DMARC records, create DMARC records, decode DMARC reports if you get them by email, generate SPF record, and obviously using a tiny PS converter so you can get SVG file to the right format for BIMI. I hope that you did enjoy the video. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.